Majesty Queen Silvia, children, Prime Minister, global friends, and viewers at Access Television, we welcome you to the award ceremony of the 2014 World Children's Prize for the Rights of the Child. I, Emma Mogus of Canada, will be your Master of Ceremony. I and my fellow members of the World Children's Prize International Child Jury here on stage would like to welcome you in our own languages.
Swagatam. Välkomna.
أهلاً وسهلاً.
خوش آمدید.
ברוכים הבאים.
Karibu. Welcome.
Welcome.
Pijupona.
Swagatam.
Hoyo hoyo.
Mabuhay.
When the World Children's Prize was born in the year 2000, 3 children from the billions of children who had their rights violated during the 20th century were honored posthumously. They were the murdered former child slave Iqbal Masih from Pakistan, Anne Frank, the young Jewish girl who died in a German concentration camp in 1945, and Hector Peterson, who was shot dead by the apartheid police at the age of 12 in Soweto, South Africa in 1976. The first World Children's Prize was awarded to Iqbal Masih. Iqbal worked as a bonded slave in a carpet factory from dawn until dusk. Sometimes he was forced to also work at night. If he fell asleep, he was beaten. When he was freed, Iqbal started going to school, and he stood up for the rights of working children. 2 years later, on the 16th of April, 1995, he was murdered. Since then, Iqbal has become a symbol of the struggle against child labor and slavery. When the first World Children's Prize Award was awarded to Iqbal Masih in 2000, there was not a single Global Friends school. This is what we call the schools that stand behind the World Children's Prize. Today, more than 60,000 schools in 110 countries have registered as Global Friends schools, making the World Children's Prize belonging to 30 million students. More than 50,000 teachers annually, more than 500,000 since the year 2000, learn about our rights and methods to include them in their teachings. The World Children's Prize program fits into any school and most school subjects. Her Majesty Queen Silvia of Sweden was our first honorary adult friend. Our patrons include 5 Nobel Prize laureates and 3 global legends: Nelson Mandela, Aung San Suu Kyi, Xanana Gusmão. Global leaders and members of the elders, Graça Machel and Desmond Tutu, are also our patrons. This is Mr. Mandela's commitment to us.
You have our support whether we're alive or in the grave.
We love that, sir. We love that, Dad.
No, thank you. You'll give my regards to the other children in South Africa and elsewhere.
Okay, Dad.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Abulela.
As we all know, Madiba, as we call Mandela in South Africa, passed away almost a year ago. As a special tribute to a very special person for the children and for the world, we will sing a song that I wrote for him. The reason why I wrote the song this way is because so many people forget what he said and still abuse children. There is a story in our culture that says, when someone dies, he goes to the moon.
Today, we want to introduce you to two new special patrons at the World Children's Prize. The first is singer Laureen. She stands up for human rights and contributes to building schools in Afghanistan and in her parents' home country, Morocco. I call upon Your Majesty Queen Silvia to present our honorary adult friend, Crystal Globe to Laureen.
I just have to say that I'm thankful and I'm so honored to be an ambassador for your children. You are my inspiration. I try to think as you guys each and every day, really. Think as a child. Things get better then, really. Thank you.
Our second new patron is known as The Voice in his home country of South Africa for his beautiful voice. He is Vusi Malasela. Vusi has a foundation dedicated to the musical development of children whose lives are controlled by the poverty and violence that still dominates the majority of South African children's lives. I now call upon Your Majesty, Queen Silvia, to present Vusi with our honorary adult friend, Crystal Globe.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Really, it is a great honor for me that I've been chosen to be the ambassador. I know this means more responsibility for me. Yes, to also create awareness there that we should direct the children to positive directions, to clothe them with love, respect, education, freedom, and strength.
I knew a man who lived in fear. It was huge, it was angry, it was drawing near. Behind his house, a secret place.
tells the world that it must be paid. It doesn't matter now, it's over anyhow. He tells the world that it must be paid. But there's the night came around, I heard his lonely sound. It wasn't roaring, it was weeping. It wasn't roaring, it was
During 2013 and 2014, we are running a special project within the World Children's Prize program called Rights and Democracy for 1 Million Girls, in partnership with ECPAT Sweden and fully financed by the Swedish Postcode Lottery. Here today, we proudly confirm that the goal has been reached and that more than 1 million girls, plus the extra 1 million boys, have been educated and empowered for girls' rights. Some of you at last year's ceremony met World Children's Prize Rights Ambassadors in Mozambique. We will once again witness what was happening at their school and look to the present, where now the empowered girls fight for their rights as agents of change.
Eu venho de muito longe para estudar aqui na escola secundária de Namancha. Cheguei aqui, vi que coisas... Eu pensei que antes de vir para a escola, não é o que está acontecendo na escola, com o próprio diretor, o que ele anda a fazer. Uma coisa horrível que ele anda a fazer com alunos da escola. Viu fotografias no gabinete de diretor. Eu lhe perguntei como você viu minhas fotografias. Manda, se você estava capulando, eu vi tuas fotografias no telefone de diretor nua.
O mais alto que eu puder.
Parece que nessa escola há uma guerra contra as meninas. Em um certo dia, o diretor chamou-me para o gabinete dele. Cheguei, entrei, ele mandou-me fechar a porta. Logo depois de eu sentar-me, ele ligou filmes pornográficos no computador dele. Mas sim que depois eu também iria para a polícia, para o ministério, para ir denunciar o que ele estava fazendo, porque aquilo não é o correto. Desde então, ele disse o seguinte, que se eu for a fazer aquilo, ele poderia muito bem me expulsar da escola, fazer com que eu perca vaga em todas as escolas de Moçambique.
Nos tempos dos exames, os professores vinham aos nossos dormitórios. Vinham levar as meninas, iam dormir e elas voltavam dia seguinte. Nesse caso, eles levavam as meninas em troca de nota, obtinham sexo com elas. Os professores também, até agora fazem, quando vêm buscar uma menina, além de prometerem notas, prometem boas condições de vida. Nesse caso, darem comida, dinheiro. É aquelas meninas que têm aceito, passam e com boas notas. É aquelas que recusam, repetem do ano, até elas aceitarem ir à cama com eles.
Num certo dia, assim, eu e a minha colega fomos escolhidas para termos uma formação de embaixadora sobre os direitos da menina, filmes sobre os direitos da criança, vimos revista do Globo também. E aí, esse projeto veio para nos abrir os olhos, porque antes nós conseguíamos ver o problema, os abusos na escola, mas nós não tínhamos como defender, não tínhamos como falar, porque tínhamos medo. Então, esse projeto veio a nos ajudar a quebrar o nosso medo, a abrir nossos olhos, que desde então por pequeno descuido, qualquer coisa que os professores façam, nós tenhamos a coragem de enfrentá-los e dizer que não, isso não é correto, porque nós temos que os nossos direitos e nós já sabemos quais são. E nós, as embaixadoras, não devemos descansar até que o abuso sexual sobre as menores, as alunas de todas as escolas, quando a revista Globo veio a Moçambique, a direção provincial viu a revista, leu, o Ministério da Educação depois veio à escola, onde eles falaram com muitos alunos que confirmaram tudo que havia na revista, e depois daqueles especialistas comprovarem isso, o diretor foi suspenso sem direito a salário. E agora a direção provincial vai abrir um processo criminal contra o diretor. Nós somos as embaixadoras dos direitos da rapariga. Nós somos as embaixadoras que lutamos pelos direitos da rapariga nas escolas. As escolas em geral aqui no nosso país. E que nós, como embaixadora, estamos a pedir aos senhores, como força máxima, para nos ajudarmos a combater essa situação que está decorrendo nas escolas. Uma punição mesmo severa, para que eles aprendam nunca mais a fazerem isso. É urgente que o Ministério da Educação, a direção provincial, nos ajude, porque há muitas raparigas que estão a desistir de frequentar a escola e o próprio diretor, ele prometeu ajudar, ele disse que ia nos ajudar. Nós somos embaixadoras dos direitos das raparigas daqui de Moçambique. Eu, no ano passado, fui para a Suécia e recebi esse cristal em honra das embaixadoras moçambicanas.
The mission of the World Children's Prize is to promote a more humane world where the rights of the child are universally respected, and where we, every new generation, will grow up as humane global citizens and agents of change in our own lives and in our own nations. The annual World Children's Prize program begins with us children studying the rights of the child and discussing the violations of these rights in our own lives and countries. The Globe is the heart of the World Children's Prize program. Through the magazine, we experience the work of the prize candidates. We experience the rights of the child through life stories of our global peers who the candidates are fighting for, and from the life experiences of jury children. At the end of the World Children's Prize program, we, the children, organize our own free and fair global vote for the rights of the child. The prize money, which accompanies the awards, is used to further the work of the laureates and to better the lives of some of the children who've experienced the worst violations of their rights. It is the World Children's Prize International Child Jury who you see sitting here. We jury children are experts on the rights of the child from our own life experiences. We have 3 major missions. The first is to represent all children of the world with similar experiences. The second is to teach children of the world about various child rights issues through our life stories. Our third mission is to select the 3 final nominees of the year from the past year's nominations. This is the jury 2014.
म चेलीबेटी बेजबिक खान र शोषणमा परेका बालबालिकाको प्रतिनिधित्व गरिरहेकी छु. धन्यवाद.
Jag representerar barn som mobbade och barn som kämpar mot mobbning.
بمثل الأطفال العايشين تحت الاحتلال والأطفال بيعملوا من أجل السلام.
आउन बारन जी नुमाइंदगी गए तो जेके बार कालीन में कम करना गुलाम हैं एंजन जी पैदाशी रजिस्टर्ड में.
אני מייצגת ילדים שגרים באזורי קונפליקט וילדים שרוצים לנהל דיאלוג למען השלום.
Je représente les enfants soldats et les enfants dans les pays en conflit armé.
This is Ndale's story.
It was an ordinary day. We were running late to school and took a shortcut through the forest. Suddenly, we heard someone calling and we saw 2 soldiers. One of them said, "We need more soldiers. You're coming with us." I said, "We're on our way to school." "If you refuse, we'll shoot you," he shouted. We walked for 3 days without eating or drinking. One night, they burned our school uniforms and gave us soldiers' uniforms instead. They started teaching us how to kill people. One night they woke us up and told us we had to fight. We children were always forced to go first. We heard gunfire. I tried to hide. Two of my school friends were killed that night. I spent 3 years of my life in that army. Finally, one night we managed to escape. We walked to a place where we had heard that child soldiers were being freed. At the center, we learned about our rights through the World's Children's Prize. I felt empowered to demand respect for these rights. I took part in the children's global vote, and now I'm a child rights ambassador. I want to help other children who've had their rights violated, just like me.
I represent children who are separated away from their parents and are taken care of by society, as well as children who fight for the rights of the child.
I represent children who are homeless and children who fight for the rights of the child, especially homeless children.
मैं उन लड़कियों के लिए आज यहाँ पर हूँ जो कि स्कूल नहीं जा पाती और छोटी उम्र में विवाह कर दिया जाता है.
Represento as crianças órfãs e as crianças que lutam a favor dos direitos das crianças pobres.
Kumakatawan sa mga batang ginabuso at kumakatawan sa mga batang lumalaban para sa kanilang karapatan.
I represent all children who fight for the rights of the child, especially Aboriginal children who are underfunded for education.
And that's alright, oh mama, and that's alright. That's alright, oh mama, just know any way you do it, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright, oh mama, any way you do. I need your loving. That's alright. That's alright, oh mama. Any way you.
It is now time to announce the first 2014 World's Children's Honorary Award, which goes to John Wood from the United States. Netta and Hamoudi will tell us why John is one of our laureates today.
John is honored for his 15-year fight for children's right to education. John quit his job at Microsoft to fulfill his dream, to fight poverty by giving children all over the world the chance to go to school.
John and his organization, Room to Read, have reached 8.8 million children. They have built 1,700 schools and over 15,000 school libraries and given over 10 million books to poor children.
ទីទួលខ្ញុំចង់រៀនដោយលើដូចគេតែគ្រូតែខ្ញុំអត់មានលទ្ធភាពមិនឲ្យអង្គការរួមទ្រេតខកបំណងម៉ែឲ្យខ្ញុំខកបំណងនឹងភ្ញៀវបរទេសតែមកបានសភាខ្ញុំនោះទេ
Please completely right or completely wrong. What do you think?
ពេលដែលខ្ញុំខ្លាចជាគ្រូបង្រៀនខ្ញុំនឹងមកប្រហាត់នៅស្រុកកំណើតរបស់ខ្ញុំវិញ
Going tomorrow.
Room to Read's core belief is summarized in 6 words. World change starts with educated children. We believe the best way you can create long-term systemic change and a path out of poverty is through the power of education. There are 300 million kids in the developing world who woke up this morning and didn't go to school. There are nearly 800 million people in the world today who are illiterate. 98% of them are in the developing world, and about 2/3 of those groups are girls and women. So Room to Read's goal is to basically change the future for these kids through the power of education.
I now call upon Your Majesty, Queen Silvia, to present the 2014 World Children's Honorary Award to John Wood.
I'm humbled and honored to accept this award, not on my own behalf, but on behalf of my entire amazing Room to Read global team. Over 1,000 employees, over 13,000 volunteers around the world. Most importantly, to the 8.8 million children we have now reached in 18,000 communities across 10 countries. So while we're excited that by the end of 2015, Room to Read will reach our 10 millionth student, we're really aware that tens of millions are still being missed. This award gives all the Room to Read's global team additional motivation to think big, because we don't intend to lose this battle. There are so many forces in the world keeping students out of school. All these forces of darkness, from poverty to apathy to terrorism to child trafficking to misogyny, these forces must be defeated. We wish to forever at Room to Read, our goal is simple in the long term. It's to forever end the notion that any child can be told you were born in the wrong place at the wrong time to the wrong family, and you therefore will not get educated. We believe that idea belongs in a scrap heap of human history. We believe that it's up to this generation of leaders to put it there, and we can tell every child you were born in the right place at the right time. Welcome to the wonderful world of education, the wonderful world of literacy, and the wonderful world of gender equality. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
The second 2014 World Children's Honorary Award goes to Indira Ranamagar from Nepal. Mae and Kewal will tell us why Indira is one of our laureates today.
Indira is honored for her 20-year struggle for the children of prisoners in Nepal. Indira grew up in extreme poverty and had to fight to go to school. Even as a young girl, she knew that she wanted to help other people. Indira has built the organization Prisoners Assistance Nepal, which has rescued over 1,000 children from cramped, dirty prisons.
Many of the children rescued by Indira are taken to one of her children's homes. Here they get an education and a safe childhood.
I grew up with the jungle and with the nature and animal, and I learned to read and write with my brother with a bamboo stick on the ground, to seeing the children behind the bar. Many women, they are in prison, even they don't know which case they are in prison. Their husband used them, and because of husband they are in prison, and other criminal they use them, and they are end up in crime because of poverty and lack of education. And I thought I do something for these people.
म जेलमा थिएँ मेरो आमा इन्दिरा आमाले यहाँ ल्याउनु भयो र मलाई पढ्न दिनुभयो त्यो उहरू गर्ने आमा म पनि आमा जस्तै बन्न पाउँछु भन्ने त्यस्तै सिक्छु
I started creating good environment my kids. So I'm teaching my children to be a good person and to independent and create their opportunity themselves. So I believe everybody has a own special light, and so we need to respect everybody's self-dignity and self-respect.
I now call upon Your Majesty, Queen Silvia, to present the 2014 World Children's Honorary Award to Indira. She is accompanied by Roshani, one of the children whom she has freed from prison and given a home and an education.
It was a great honor for me. Never I work, I will be honored, I will be awarded, because my award is different. Where I'm working, this issue is marginalized by society, government, and their own family. When people go prison, their own brother, sister also, they move their head, they don't know them. It is stigma is not only Nepal, it's all over the world. Children having this stigma. Children are not bad. They're no one born as a criminal. The environment make them criminal. We people make them criminal. So now I thank for the jury who gave me this platform. I thank for those children who are reading, thousands children reading our story, my Rosni's story. And I feel a dignity now, all my children's. And anybody has a no right to treat it badly in children in the prison, and world should know no one children should be left out, should not be hungry, should not be lack of education. They should care. If you want to be civilized person, you reflect your civilization as a human being.
Yeah.
Many children have been trained and empowered on their rights by the World Children's Prize Program since the year 2000. Every child that you will see in this animation represents 10,000 in reality. We have a girl who recently moved from Sweden to Iceland here with us today, representing all children taking part. She will tell us about the role that the World Children's Prize Program has played in her life. Welcome on stage, Maria Inashdartir.
The day finally came and we were full-fledged World Children's Prize participants. I haven't stopped working with the program since, and it has grown to become a big and very important part of me. It has given me so much knowledge growing up that I have often discovered that I am more aware of the situation in the world than many adults I've encountered. Somehow, the globe and all the amazing people it's written about have managed to simultaneously restore my faith in humanity. Whenever we were working with the program at school, the amount of joy and hope I was provided was unlike anything I had ever or will ever experience. And for that, I am so thankful.
The cost of the World Children's Prize Program per child per year is less than $1. Millions and millions of children who have taken part in the World Children's Prize since the year 2000 have had their rights violated. Many of them did not know that they had rights before they were introduced to the World Children's Prize Program. We will now visit children in the DR Congo taking part in the program. Among these participating children, there are boys who have been abducted to become child soldiers and girls who are kidnapped by armed groups and forced to be child sex slaves.
Indira, John, Malala Yousafzai.
These children line up for their global vote in a country long controlled by a dictatorship, Burma. For many years, versions of the globe and Karen have been smuggled into Burma, where children in village schools learn about the rights of the child and about democracy. At the end of the annual program, the children prepare their school's global vote, including all the elements that make up a democratic election. When the outcome of the vote is known, there are child-led World Children's Press conferences where only children may be interviewed. They highlight the situation for the rights of the child in their country before they all announce the outcome of the global vote.
नमस्ते बालबालिकाद्वारा आयोजित काठमाडौँमा भइरहेको यस सञ्चार अन्तर्क्रियामा यहाँहरू सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ।
Bem-vindo à conferência de imprensa aqui em Maputo.
आज संसारभरमा भइरहेको यस बालबालिकाहरूको पत्रकार सम्मेलनमा हामी बालबालिकाहरू मात्र आफ्ना कुरा राख्न पाउँछौँ।
É comum que os professores abusem das suas alunas em troca da passagem de classe nos exames e da passagem do ano. Isso deve acabar.
प्रत्येक वर्ष 10,000 देखि 12,000 सम्म नेपाली चेलीहरू बेचबिखनमा पर्ने गरेका छन् र यो बन्द हुनुपर्छ। धन्यवाद।
Nossos votos globais do Prêmio Mundial dos Direitos da Criança no ano de 2014, o prêmio vai para...
The voting children decided that the 2014 World Children's Prize for the Rights of the Child goes to Malala Yousafzai. Brianna and David will tell us why Malala has received this award.
Malala is honored for her courageous and dangerous fight for girls' right to education. She started to speak out at the age of 11 when the Taliban banned girls from going to school in the Swat Valley in Pakistan. At the age of 15, Malala was shot and almost killed by the Taliban on her way home from school.
The Taliban thought they could silence Malala by killing her. Instead, they gave her an even stronger voice, which can now be heard all over the world. Malala believes that education is a future and can change the world.
हमें इस बात पर फ़ख्र होना चाहिए कि हम में से एक लड़की उठी है और वो पाकिस्तान बल्कि पूरी एशिया में बस एक ही लड़की है, एक सिंबॉलिक लड़की है।
मैं ऐसा पाकिस्तान देखती हूँ जहाँ सब बच्चे तालीम याफ्ता हो, जहाँ स्कूल्स हो, जहाँ सेहत का ख्याल रखा जाए, जहाँ पे सफाई हो।
सवात में लड़कियों की तालीम के लिए जिद्दोजहद करने वाली बच्ची मलाला यूसुफजई की गाड़ी पर फायरिंग। मलाला यूसुफजई समेत 3 बच्चियां जख्मी।
जब लड़का ऊपर आ गया विंड में मैदान में खड़ा होकर और उसने कहा कि आप में से मलाला कौन है, लेकिन जब उसके हाथ में हम पिस्तौल देकर तो हम बहुत चीखें मारे और कहा कि नहीं बचाओ बचाओ।
जो शख्स पीछे है तो उन्होंने हमसे पूछा कि आप में से मलाला यूसुफजई कौन है, तो हमने सब उसकी तरफ देखा।
मलाला को देखकर उसने डायरेक्ट फायरिंग की। जब मलाला को फायर लगी तो वो वन में एकदम नीचे गिर गई।
हमारे स्कूल को बम से उड़ा दिया गया था, हम स्कूल नहीं जा सकती थी क्योंकि और जो बच्चे स्कूल जाते थे उसे भी मार दिया जाता था और स्कूल बमों से उड़ा दिया जाती थी। बस हम फिर स्कूल नहीं गई उसके बाद।
प्यारी मलाला, आपने हमें ये पैगाम दिया था कि हर लड़की को तालीम हासिल करनी चाहिए।
तुमने अपने आप को खतरे में डाला ताकि हम स्कूल जा सकें।
मलाला, हम सब मिलकर पाकिस्तान को तब्दील करेंगे। मलाला, आप अकेली नहीं हो।
This is a second life, this is a new life. And I want to serve the people.
Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world.
I now call upon Your Majesty, Queen Silvia, to present the 2014 World Children's Prize for the Rights of the Child to Malala.
happy, extremely happy, that I see children from different countries representing different cultures, different religions, different languages. But it shows that they all are children. We all are one. We are human beings. And we should be proud that we are in diversity. We have different cultures. But it does not mean that we should be discriminated on the basis of it. It does not mean that we should be discriminated on the basis of our skin color, of the language that we speak, of the religion that we believe in. It shows that we are one, we are all are human beings. I would like to share my happiness today, that how happy I am to be receiving an award in which I have been elected by children. It is World's Children's Prize, which is given by children, and this year to a child. So it is extremely a great honor for me that I am receiving a prize from children. And it also shows that children are standing up for their rights. They're not going to remain silent. They're going to speak up. Before that, we used to wait for others. We would always say, it's not our job. It's always the politician's job. It's always the elder's job to come and speak. But no, not this time. We cannot tolerate children's rights being neglected. We cannot tolerate children being out of school. We can no more tolerate girls being married at the age of 12 and at the age of 11. That is why we all are standing up. We are standing up for our rights, and this shows that children do not need any support. They are there and they know how to fight. Along with that, you would all know that along with this prize, this prize, there is money as well. And I want to use this money for children's education and for children's rights. And as you all know, that recently there was conflict in Gaza and Israel, and so many children were badly affected due to that conflict. And we all know that 65 schools were totally damaged. So now, with the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, we announced that we will spend this money totally on the rebuilding of schools in Gaza, so the children who are deprived of education in Gaza, who have suffered from the conflicts, due to these conflicts, get quality education and their schools are rebuilt. And I'm hopeful that through this work, we would soon see 65 schools rebuilt and the students will be getting quality education. So. And as I said, we are stronger. We are stronger than fear. We are stronger than hope. We are stronger than any kind of violence. We are stronger than poverty. We are stronger than hatred. So we should not lose hope. We should be together. And if we want to bring change, then we should be that change. So let's stand up together. Let's fight for our rights. And let's make sure that every child gets quality education. One book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Thank you so much.
When Simon Bodenbecker Klang, 12 years old, learned that Malala was one of the nominees for the World's Children's Prize, he wrote a song to her.
riktigt liv i nordvästra Pakistan.
I now call upon the Prime Minister of Sweden, Mr. Stefan Löfvén, to bring the World's Children's Prize laureates and us children his message from the Swedish government.
We have heard about a fantastic work of 3 child rights heroes today. Heroes who are fighting for a better world for all children and for all of us. Malala Yousafzai, Indira Ranamagar, John Wood, I would like to congratulate you on behalf of the Swedish government, and I can tell you on behalf of the whole Swedish people. Your work is truly inspiring and a tribute to the spirit of mankind. The World Children's Prize Program has educated and empowered more than 36 million children, taught them their rights, and showed them the promise of democracy. The prize spreads a light of hope where rights are violated. It turns children into enthusiastic agents of change. To all the children who have led this ceremony and to the millions of school children who have participated in the World Children's Prize Program, I promise you this. We will always be with you in our shared fight for a world where the rights of the child are universally recognized and respected. Let us tirelessly continue our work so that every child can be safe, educated, and free. Thank you very much.
We would like to thank Your Majesty, Queen Silvia, for assisting us here today.
It was a wonderful afternoon. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy to see all of you engaged so much in children's rights, and so am I as well. And thank you, Malala, for everything you have done. And I wish you all the best, and also for all the children here. Thank you very much. Thank you for today.
Havets djup ska vi fiska, fånga. Vi delar med oss för vi är många. Så att vår sång flyger ut i världen och den kan trösta den som är ensam. Och jag Jag vill ha